Now, if you've ever been to a commercial music studio or just a studio with a really nerdy, high-level mix engineer or vocal engineer, then you've definitely seen one of these. Now, what is this? This is the ball for the Kensington TrackBall, and this mouse is probably one of the most powerful upgrades I made to my studio, at the same time being the most difficult upgrade that I made to my studio. The learning curve on this mouse is really tough. Like, if you're used to using a normal mouse, when you transition to something like this, the learning curve is intense. And for about a solid month, I was so slow at everything I was doing. And all of my clients, you know, you could see they were getting a little bit frustrated, like, Alex, you're not as quick as you were. However, in that second month, oh my gosh, I was so much quicker on this mouse than I was on the normal mouse. And it was so worth the trade-off, and it was so worth the investment of the time to learn this thing. Now, I know if you've been to a studio and you've seen this mouse and you've tried to use it, you've probably just got a headache and you just found a trackpad or another mouse. But I promise you, if you take the time to learn this thing, it's so powerful. And the reason why is it actually comes with this software called Kensington Works. And in this software, you can set customizable shortcuts. You can set the right top to a shortcut, the left top to a shortcut. But also, if you hit the top two buttons together, that becomes another shortcut. If you hit the bottom two buttons together, that becomes another shortcut. If you hit the top and bottom left side together, that's a shortcut. But if you hit the top and bottom right side together, that's another shortcut. So ultimately, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 customizable shortcuts that you can make, and bottom left is just left click, bottom right is just right click. And not only that, but you can actually have the Kensington to change its shortcuts per software. So whether I'm in Cubase, Studio One, Logic, Live, I know I'm collecting all of these DAWs like Infinity Stones right now, the Thanos music producer. But depending on what software you're in, it will actually change. So for example, I have this set up to the shortcut Z because in Studio One I have Z to zoom out and to show all. And you can actually custom name these shortcuts. So if you ever get confused thinking, what is the shortcut for this software again, you can name it. So for example, in Ableton Live, I have take lanes, show mixer, and editor flip. And to show you a quick example of how that looks, for example, here, if I want to just show the editor for anything I click on, I can do it this way. And then when I click the top button again, that will disappear. If I want to show take lanes, so when I'm comping vocals, I can do it this way, click that, and it will turn it off. And if I hit the two together, then that's now set up to show the mixer. And this is just how I like to work, but you can customize this to do absolutely whatever you want. And it's dead simple. You literally just click here, and then you can go to mouse and keyboard, and then you can hit the modify key. So in my case, Command and Option, and then I'll just type M if the shortcut's M, or U if the shortcut's U, and it will literally make it whatever shortcut you need it to be. So in something like Studio One, where you can add all of your custom key commands, you can make this to be whatever. The same with Logic. With Ableton, they don't really have like key commands, so you have to stick to the ones that are built into Ableton and then just program those into the Kensington. But nonetheless, it speeds up your workflow. If you're doing vocals, imagine you can have the cut tool on one shortcut, the glue tool on another, and the crossfade on another. Like, you can just make it to work with you. At first, when you're using the ball, it does feel a little bit funny, but after a while, you kind of can just do this kind of motion to just throw things around, and you end up just becoming like really fast with everything. It's just a learning curve at the end of the day, but the ball itself is way more efficient and much quicker than the mouse. When I have to go back to using a mouse these days, oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's so horrible. Honestly, if you just take the time to get over that initial month where it's just like, why am I doing this? This is so hard. You will really level up, and this will be such a powerful and invaluable tool for you. I promise you. This is not a sponsored video. This is a helpful video because I want you to be the best you can possibly be at what you're doing. And this thing is definitely a secret weapon of mine. My name's Alex Elliott. If you like this content, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you all again next time.